So let's look at the definition for the word bribe. That's one thing that government officials don't ever want to be accused of. The one thing that will bring in law enforcement quicker than anything else is if you can show that a government official is taking a bribe and falsifying their case logs. Let's look at the word bribe. The simple definition is something of value, such as money, that is given in order to get something or to do something. Kind of vague. The full definition of the word bribe is money or a favor given or promised in order to influence the judgment or conduct of a person in a position of trust. Something that serves to induce or influence. You can't make it any clearer than this. So with this in mind, let me walk you through the research and the turning in of a piece of property that is associated with a high-level code compliance employee and see exactly what the code department did when this property that is clearly in violation of the city codes was turned in and how the city handled that case. Okay, let's start off with a little education on the City of Austin Development Web Map website. You can see it here. It's austintexas.gov/GIS/development web map, all one word, /viewer period ASPX. And so when you go to the website, this is what you're going to find. Okay, up here in the corner where it says development web map, you're going to type in an address. The address we're looking at today is 9611 Weir Loop, WIERLOOP. So you type in your address there, and you hit go, and you'll get an address drop-down menu right here. Go to the top one, you click it in, and you can see that it takes you to the address in question. So we can close this down. We know we have the right address because it's up here. Now here's a little mark here that shows me the address. So here we'll go to the base map, and here's the address in question. Now in order to ensure that, you come over here to the right hand side, and we're going to turn on map layers, and we're going to come down here. We're going to go to property information. We're going to select address points, and you'll see right here it says 9611 Weir Loop. We can actually add some more layers to this. We can have the lot ID, the block ID, the lot lines, know if it's City of Austin, and we can hit TCAD, which would give us the Travis County Appraisal District records here. One of the other important layers that we want to look at today is the political boundaries. We can go to political boundaries, and we can go jurisdiction Austin. And when we see jurisdiction Austin, you'll see everything is green here. We have a little bit of pink down here. When you go to layers, go next to it to legend, and you'll see that Austin full purpose is yellow. Austin ETJ, the 5-mile ETJ, is in pink, but the green is limited purpose City of Austin. Limited purpose planning and zoning. This area was brought into limited purpose in 1985. And so this is pink over here, this little address down this way. Let me zoom out. And you'll see that all this is the ETJ in pink. This is pink, this is all ETJ here, but this is limited purpose. It's very clearly marked limited purpose. So what's the difference? The City of Austin Code enforces the code in limited purpose, but not in the ETJ. And so we'll come back in. We'll see that 9611 Weir Loop is in fact in the limited purpose. Okay, here's our aerial view of the property in question. And if we want to make this green and the pink layers disappear, we just come over here to layers and take the jurisdiction off. So again, green is limited purpose. We take the jurisdiction off, and now we clearly see the property in question, highlighted by the city's own map. We see the home that's here. We see a carport here, another structure here. But more importantly, we see this building here, which is a 6,040 square foot automotive shop. We see probably a septic field here outlined by a rock so nobody drives over the top of it. And this is the 2012 color map. We can go to aerials and we can look at 2009 and see what we get. And here's the same property in 2009. So we know between 2009 and 2012, somebody came down here, put in a road, and built a big house, a big shop right here. This is the tool that all the city people use. It's available to you on the website. So this was the property that was turned in, 9611 Weir Loop Road. We know for a fact, based on the city's own stuff, that it is limited purpose and that there is a shop that was built here. Let's take a look and see more about this property. Okay, one of the other tools that's available on the internet is Google Earth. You can go to Google Earth and you can look up any address, and you can rotate the view, and you can go to historic imagery. So here is the historic imagery of 9611 Weir Loop Road on November the 24th of 2009. And this matches what we had on the city's website, that here's the property in question here, but yet there's no big building right back over here. It's absent in 2009. Here's the same property on March the 9th of 2011, and you can see here's the automotive shop been put in. You can see the very beginning of the septic field down here, and you can see the home is here, and they've brought in a driveway. Now again, the city had a photo from 2012, and this is the photo they had. And you can see here's the shop, here's the septic field outlined to keep somebody from driving on it. There's something in the back here, and you can see the driveway. City's imagery stopped at 2012, but here's the photo on October 31st of 2013. And you can see that they've added more buildings in right here. They've expanded the shop. And so it's very clear that this is limited purpose and that somebody is developing. Here's a home here, and they've developed a business behind their home out here at 9611 Weir Loop Road. This photo is from October the 2nd of 2014, and again, I think this is new. Nope, that was there before. So they pretty much stopped building at this point, but you can see that they've had the house, they have a garage here, another building here, maybe a pump house. But they've added all this on back here. This is 3/13 of 2015. Looks like we've got another building back here. Oh, that building's right there. So you can see there's several buildings out here that have been added, but did they have permits for? So we've moved up to the top of Weir Loop Road here, over to Thomas Springs Road, just as an example. And we want to see, okay, so here in pink, there is 7702 Thomas Springs Road. This is in the ETJ. Let's see if the city of Austin will let us turn in a piece of property in the ETJ. Again, green is full purpose down here on Weir Loop. Thomas Springs Road is pink. The jurisdiction map has it as Austin 5 Mile ETJ. Okay, 7702 Thomas Springs Road. Let's see if we can turn that in. Okay, this is the City of Austin website. If you want to request a city service, you go to this website and you type in an address. And so we'll put the address down here. And we're going to type in 7702 Thomas, THOMASSPRINGS, Thomas Springs Road. And we're going to hit next step. This says service is not provided at this location. It's 7702 Thomas Springs Road. This indicates that you cannot turn in a piece of property that is in the ETJ. It will not let you do it. We do not provide services out there. So anything in the ETJ you cannot turn in and request city services on. This is important. So let's check our address that we were just looking at. We'll take this one out, and it's 9611 WIERLOOP Weir Loop. Next step. Now it lets you go to the website. This one lets you turn something in. This indicates that this is in limited purpose or City of Austin. This is exactly what I did to turn in this piece of property. But yet, the code department claims that it is in the ETJ and they have no jurisdiction over it. All right, one of the many tools that the City of Austin has on their GIS stuff is to give you a zoning profile report. And so this is the zoning profile report for 9611 Weir Loop Road. Let's make this a little bit bigger for you. And bring it down a bit. You can clearly see the location is 9611 Weir Loop Road, grid Whiskey Zebra 20. It is rural residential. The zoning is RR-NP. Zoning case from 2008. Again, 2008 here. And it is inside the limited purpose jurisdiction for the City of Austin. And so we can go to Angie's List. This is one of the other things the code department does. If they think you're running a business out of your home, is they look and see what other web presence you have. And so here on Angie's List, we have Street Rods Forever. Let's zoom this up a little bit. So you can see that it is 9611 Weir Loop Road. Okay. And again, now we're going to go here on Manta. And again, it's Street Rods Forever, 9611 Weir Loop Road. And James Green, the principal, but we know James has passed away now. Single location, year established 2005. Annual revenue, $250,000. And so, again, they were someplace else. They moved over to the new shop in 2011. The annual revenue was $250,000 for this business running out of the back of somebody's property. This is the zoning chart for the City of Austin. Go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. That particular area is zoned RR, Rural Residential. And it says these are the commercial uses that you can use there. And it says automotive repair services. I put a big X here. There is no, that's not permitted. If it was permitted, a conditional, those things are all over in here. You cannot have an automotive repair service shop in an RR rated zoning. Okay, this is the city's website that's available to anybody, so you can search an address by permits. So we're going to go over here to number, and we're going to type in 9611. We'll go to street and type in Weir, W-I-E-R. We don't have to do the loop. It always puts today's date here, February the 9th, 2016, and gives you a start date. We're going to go back to 2000. We're going to go back 16 years. And we're going to do a submit. And here we see in the last 16 years, the only permit for this address at 9611 Weir Loop Road was 2012. It's 2012-048717 PP. That's a plumbing permit to install an irrigation system, and it's expired. This has been limited purpose since 1985, and there are no permits for that garage and any of those other outbuildings that were put in sometime between 2009 and 2011. This is a cut and paste. I did this December the 17th of 2015 from the website. You can see it's Street Rods Forever, 9611B, the back of the property, Weir Loop Road, Austin, Texas. It says Street Rods Forever has moved to a new, larger facility. Construction of the 6,000 square foot shop was completed in early 2011. and here's the new address. So all of this starts to make sense. Somebody did have a business called Street Rods Forever. The guy moved it to the back side of his property, built a big shop, and the guy's name is Jim. And you can see that here's a car that he worked on. You can see here, let's do this here. You can see here that finished product is something that Jim and Malcolm can take great pride in. This Malcolm right here is Malcolm Mills from the City of Austin Code Department. You can see this is Malcolm Mills down here. Let's zoom in and see that rascal. That is Malcolm Mills right here. If you're familiar with the Ryan Reed case, this is a retired APD officer and a senior code inspector for the Austin Code Department who worked with Jim Green on this vehicle out here in this shop. Resto and Repop. So let's talk about the turn-in. You can only turn in a piece of property that is inside of the city limits. You cannot turn in something that is in the ETJ. So this is a screenshot of the Street Rods Forever website that I took. You can see down here, if I get down here to the bottom, that this was taken on (12/17/2015). This is the day that I turned this thing in. So I wanted to show that this website was up and running when I turned this thing in. And it talks about here that Jim built a new shop which was unveiled in the garage crawl of April 1st, 2011. In conjunction with the Lone Star Roundup, it features 4 large overhead doors leading to 4,000 square feet of shop space. The work area is well lit and features plenty of electrical outlets and compressed air connections. The office overlooking the shop floor includes a lounge area, a wet bar, a library, a bedroom, and a full custom bathroom. A multi-camera security system installed by Pat Green keeps a constant eye on all areas to protect the classic cars. And so this is the service request that I turned in. Again, you cannot turn in an address that is not serviced by the City of Austin. Apartment or commercial building, yes. Street Rods Forever. I gave them the website. Said no certificate of occupancy, operating a business out of a residence, working without a permit. Didn't give any of my information here. Additional comments: running an automotive shop behind a home, constructed a large shop a few years back, no permits or CO, which is certificate of occupancy, is on file. Gave the website right here. This is the number I was issued by the City of Austin, the tracking number. So here's the code compliance case, 2015-150842 from the City of Austin. It is a closed case at 9611 Weir Loop Road. It gives the legal description here, but they failed to record the property owner's name. They say it's not recorded. Let's take a quick look at the Travis County Appraisal District. Okay, here I've showed you this page. This is the city's GIS website. One of the layers that you can turn on is to get the appraisal district record account number for the property in question. So what we've done, it's 306921. It's right here. You can zoom it in and see. 306921 at 9611 Weir Loop. So we're going to zoom back out. Center of the page. These are all things that I've copied and pasted and put into a document. So here's the important thing we want to look at here. It is 9611 Weir Loop. We know we're on the right address. We got James Green here. It's 306921. And here's the legal description. ABS 770 SUR 509 Thomas M. Acres 3.45. Now, the property owners are clearly listed here. They're listed as, James and Phyllis Green. Here's the owner. Here's the address. Here's the owner. Here's the mailing address. Everything matches. Why would the inspector omit this information? Because she's trying to protect somebody. Let's go back to the case log. Okay, now we know we're on the right piece of property. 3.405 acres. All of this matches. Why would the inspector not record the owner's name here? The complaint date was December 18th. This is the day after I turned it in. Running an automotive shop behind a business. Constructed a large shop a few years back. No permits. C of O on file. And the web address is here. So the information was conveyed to Code Compliance, the Austin Code Department, correctly. The investigator assignments is lacking here. Normally there's something right here, but it's strangely missing. Here's where this is going to start getting interesting. On 12/18, Lauren Taggert evidently has been assigned to this thing. She states, after further research, this property is located in the ETJ of the city of Austin. Now, I've demonstrated this is not in the ETJ. You cannot turn in a piece of property that is in the ETJ. But look at this. Her first statement on 12/18 is, after further research. This indicates that she'd done work before this, perhaps found something, but has changed her mind. Somebody got to her, either paid her money or asked for a favor, and just made this go away. After further research, this property is located in the ETJ. This property being 9611 Weir Loop Road. At the time, I have the authority to pick up signs in this area, no zoning enforcement. This is a lie. It's not in ETJ. It is full purpose. If it was in ETJ, I couldn't have turned it in. Lauren Taggert lied. Whether she did a favor for Malcolm Mills or she talked to the owner and accepted money from the owner, it doesn't matter. She was bribed to change her case log to reflect the fact that there's nothing wrong there, and she merely just closed the case. She didn't do it once, she did it twice. Let's look at another time I turned this thing in and see what she did then. So I turned this in on 12/17. I also turned it in on 12/28 of 2015. It's basically the same information, different complaint number up here. Again, this information is missing here. The property owner has been scrubbed off of this. And at 12/28, she writes, after further research, this property is located in the ETJ city of Austin. At the time, I have the authority to pick up signs for this area. No zoning enforcement. This case will be closed. That's the exact statement, word for word, that she has on December the 18th. She cut and pasted. The December 18th case log most likely had some research that showed that this property was in violation. But between the 18th and the 28th, she changed her mind within that 10-day period. Let's take a stretch here and say she contacted the owner, found out that there was no permits for this property, that it was a limited purpose. She contacted the owner being a good friend, the widow being a good friend of Malcolm Mills, calls Malcolm Mills, and Malcolm Mills contacts Lauren Taggert and says, hey, make this one go away. And Lauren Taggert falsified her case log to protect a friend of Malcolm Mills from having to comply with the same rules that you and I have to comply with. This is rotten. This is typical Austin code. Look the other way when your friends are in trouble. Look the other way when the city of Austin is in trouble. If an inspector does something wrong, we'll just say, well, they were mistaken. This is unacceptable. Lauren Taggert falsified her case logs. She was bribed, whether it was through money or a favor, to falsify her case log and just to close this case. So to sum some things up, we have a problem. We have a big problem inside the city of Austin. This is our city manager, Mark Ott. The other person who is primarily responsible is Carl Smart. Carl Smart came on board in 2011. I made him painfully aware of all of the problems that we have. Carl Smart refuses to hold his people accountable. He will tell you he's done an investigation, but nothing ever happened. Nothing's ever written down. Or our guys are human. They're all going to make mistakes. This is unacceptable. I'm calling on you. Perhaps you're with the media. Perhaps you're with law enforcement. I need somebody to do a good story on this, get that information out into the public, raise the awareness to get the attention of the Department of Public Safety. Texas Rangers has a special outfit that looks at corruption on city governments. Mark Ott, Carl Smart are corrupt city officials. Then I'll get the FBI involved for abuse of authority under the color of law. The city of Austin is in violation of their own codes. I've turned in over 250 City of Austin properties, and Carl Smart, the director of code, just closed the cases. Basically told the department heads, hey, fix this, I'm done with it. But yet, you go to the municipal courts, and people are taken into court every day for things like, oh, your storage shed is too close to the fence, and you know what, I think your grass is too tall. We have some big issues. I need your help. This is my Facebook page, Audit Austin Code Compliance. Feel free to reach out to me. My name is Dale Flatt. Call me at 512-917-66 or daleflatt@aol.com. Thank you very much.